everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is just a kind of a roundup of some of the little bits of sewing that I've just done, mainly today. It's nothing really major, it's just been some like adjustments basically, the stuff that I just don't do because it's kind of boring. But I finally got on with some of the bits that I wanted to get on with. So one of the things is this top, which is from the Wardrobe by Me pattern, and it's the Wardrobe Builder t-shirt or fitted t-shirt pattern. I got this a while ago. I made this as being like a round neck, straight hem, long sleeve. So there's a few different variations, if you can see, that you can have. So you can have a couple of different hemlines, a few different sleeve lengths, and then a few different necklines. And they say the combination of them all will give you 90 different options. So I thought this was just like a good thing to have in my stash. I kind of like it, but so the top that I made was with this kind of mad pink and blue fabric that I'd seen on Minerva Crafts, and they just had like, I think it was like half a metre, or it was like an offcut or something, and they'd had that on there for ages, and it was in like the sale section, and I just really loved the colour combination. Absolutely no idea what it's about. It's got like flowers on it and clocks and random text and numbers and birds maybe? I don't know. I just like the colour combination of it. It was just way too long when I made it. So I followed the pattern, and I actually didn't have enough length of fabric to make it as long as they wanted, so I actually cut some of the fabric and like attached it to the bottom to make, and it was like quite a significant chunk, and it just made it like super duper long. So finally, like, the whole t-shirt was wearable, but I finally just like took the hem up, and it looks kind of weird because I did it in a bit of a rush, to be honest, but it's just because I had to attach that extra bit of fabric, and then I've kind of hemmed that up, and then I've just trimmed off the excess, if that made any kind of sense. But anyway, that was just a little amendment I've made because it was so long, it was just a bit awkward when I was wearing it. Like, it was still wearable, but it was just a bit weird. Something else that I've done is, I think this was the Metro men's t-shirt, and all I've done, so I made this for my boyfriend in this like fun green geometric triangle-y fabric, just jersey, and I had used some stay tape on the shoulders, which was in the in the instructions. Oh my goodness. And the stay tape that I've got is just this, and I don't really like fully understand stay tape, I've got to be honest, but it is really scratchy, and I've actually used it in one of my other tops. So this one that I've done a video about, which is the Virevolt by Atelier Skamit. Not pronouncing that correctly still, I'm sure I'm not. And I have stay tape in the front of that, and it is really like scratchy and uncomfortable, so I didn't bother to put it in when I made the dress version. But he just refused to wear this because it was too scratchy on the shoulders. So I finally gone through, I did trim as much of it off as I could, and he said it's still too scratchy, so I unpicked it and I've re-sewn the seam, and I'm a bit concerned that it's not going to be as strong because I really took my time with this. I made it ages ago, and it was before we had a child, so it was before I had like a major distraction, but I did have to do it in secret, so I could only do it when he wasn't at home. So I remember like hiding it from him loads, but I really took my time over it because it was a present to make it like as neat as possible, so it was quite frustrating that then he couldn't really wear it. So the seam that I've re-sewn isn't quite as neat as it was, and I'm a bit worried that it's not quite as strong as it was, but hopefully he can actually get some wear out of it, because I do think it's nice. Also, I did make a little top for our son in the same fabric, so they could wear it and match, which I would enjoy. I don't know that they would enjoy it, but who cares. Another thing that I did was this top, which I think is it's either I Am Zebra or I Am Lion. Can't remember which pattern it was because they're both quite similar, but it's the one that has like the long cuffs and the kind of poofy sleeve at the bottom, and it's obviously like a big thick like jumper sweater top. I really wish I got a different colour of this fabric. It looked more red on the website, but it's actually more brown, and that's what like puts me off wearing it. But also it has 3 press studs here, just on one of the shoulder seams on the left side. And because the fabric was so thick, the press studs never had properly gone through, and so one of them had just come off and it had just been sitting in a drawer for ages, and I finally managed today to get that final press stud back on. So I'm hoping now it will actually stay on. It was still wearable without it being on, to be honest, but it just looked a bit funny because it was like half open at the shoulder. It is really warm in the UK at the moment, so I don't need this, but that was just in my pile of things to adjust. And then this top, which is the Nora top by Tilly and the Buttons, it is not perfect. The sleeves are just the sleeves are still too long. But I'd made it in just this plain pink jersey and it was just a bit boring. So I did buy these 4 fuzzy letters, and I've just ironed them on, and they say love on them. I didn't really know what word to use, but it needed to be something relatively short, and that was the first word that came into my head. And I liked the kind of teal colour. Pink and teal are good colours for me, I think. I enjoy them. Don't know if they suit me, but I enjoy it. Anyway, that's what I've done. Sorry, I'm just not even looking at the camera. What I'm working on now is this for my son, which is Simplicity 8660. And it's this set that has like little dungarees and t-shirts and stuff. So I've cut out the pieces for A, which is a t-shirt, and I've also cut out the pieces for, I've cut out the paper pieces for C, which is some dungarees, which should hopefully be quite cute. I'm doing the size 2, like 2 years, which says approximate height 34 inches, which is about his height now when he's 23 months. So I'm hoping that will fit him for a while. It's really hard to get the sizing right because obviously his sizes change quite quickly, but his rate of growth isn't steady either, so you can't quite, it's quite hard to judge. But I thought I would try and make him a couple of little outfits because I have so many like scraps of like jersey that are just not enough for me to make anything for myself, like half a metre, but I can at least make a t-shirt for him. So that's what I've been doing, and like behind me is like the patterns that I've cut out, again the paper patterns, so now I need to actually cut them out of the fabric, and so that's my next piece of sewing work. Anyway, that is me just waffling on for 8 minutes, so leave me a comment, give me a like and subscribe for more videos.